management business for over 50 years, we realize that all the informations we have developed since probably the time of Second World War till today does not make any sense to the farmers. And these are the guys who are ultimately going to make any significant impact out of the information. Our information makes a lot of sense to the scientists, researchers, students, but when it goes to the farmers, it doesn't make any sense. It becomes WYSINWYG. So what needs to be done? Information must be repurposed. And repurposing of information is a big activity, very complex activity, and is a very difficult activity too. You must know your target audience, you must know their ground realities, and then you can transform that information. So repurposing of information is very important, and in many cases when any such agro advisory or info services fails, because the information is not repurposed. It may be translated, it may be transliterated, but not repurposed. And last comes the technology, T. It's another bottleneck. The last mile, the real last mile, they are not familiar with many of the common technologies which people like you and me take for granted. We are all internet savvy. We can go and search Google and find out any information. But think of a person who probably lives in Madurai or probably lives in Kottayam, never seen a mobile computer. For that person, even using a touch screen is a very difficult. So we need to know which technology works in which situation. And technology must be accessible and adaptable for the target audience. Accessible means the target audience must be able to naturally use this technology with minimum training. Because if it includes a lot of training, skill upgradation, then there will be always a large chunk of people who will be outside that skill enhancement net, and they will never able to access the technology, and the technology divide, digital divide, whatever it is, it will always remain. So that's one of the reasons why we considered mobile technology as one of the promising candidate, because the customers, the users who use this mobile technology are not trained by anybody like you and me. The industry, the marketing, the business, they are forcing people to use this technology by part of their sheer marketing. So even if you go to a remote village where a farmer cannot speak, cannot read, cannot write, but the farmer can still make a call using a mobile phone. Who has trained that farmer? You don't know. It's the marketing forces who has trained the farmers. And that forces are already in work. We have seen in the morning presentations the way mobile telephone is penetrating deep inside the backyards. So there is a big advantage, because here is one technology which is proliferating at a fantastic rate because of the market forces behind it. The development sector don't have to do anything to educate the user how to use this technology. And that gives us distinct leverage for the development people like us when you use the mobile technology. So what are the farmers' information needs? It's very simple. They are simple people. Their information needs are also very simple. They want to make right decisions which can create or spoil their life. For example, what will grow on my soil? I have this kind of soil. What I can grow? They have specific questions and they want answers for those questions. For example, what standard should my crop meet so that it is accepted in the market? If I am growing potatoes or I am growing bananas and there is nobody in the market willing to buy my banana or doesn't want to pay a high price, what kind of banana I should grow so that I get a good price in the market? And they have specific problems which they want solutions then and there. I see an insect sitting on my crop, eating it away. What is this insect? How I can control it? So these are very simple things they are interested from the agriculture perspective. If you take the whole livelihood, then there will be many such, but I will concentrate on the agriculture side only. But these farmers are cautious and conservative. Though their questions are very simple, Answers are also available. They are in fact blowing in the wind. But still, the farmers are very cautious and conservative. Why? Because they want the information they receive to be reliable and tested. How they will know that the information which they are getting over a mobile phone in voice format or text format is reliable? Somebody has tested. Some farmer in Haryana at some point of time told me that I don't want to be a guinea pig for your agriculture science experiments. Have you tested this? We were very new in this service at that point in time. We honestly said no, you are the first person. Updated and accurate, this is a big problem. Lot of information is never updated. For example, recently the endosulfan is banned by a couple of governments. But if you go to those states and pick up agriculture extension literatures, still that particular chemical is mentioned because it has not been updated. Accurate, compliant to the local regulations, and all these boils down to one factor, which is quality. Then the information has to be in the local language. You can't expect the farmer to undertake English, learn English and take information which is in the English language. Relevant to their context. Each and every farmer is an ecosystem within itself. Typical soil, typical size of land, typical socio-economic conditions, climatic conditions, everything is typical. So one of the very key factor farmers are looking at is the information has to be relevant for their particular context. There is no fit for all solutions. And actionable within their capacity. There is a classic case in Bolivia where a smallholder farmer having Sigatoka virus infection in his banana plantation was told to go for a aerial spray with a plane. Now these kind of planes are quite prevalent in Brazil, where they have huge banana plantation. They put an aircraft, drop the pesticide from the air and it goes. But this is a small guy. He never owned a car or a motorbike, and the recommendation given to him was you do an aerial spray with a plane. The solution is correct, but not actionable. So the solution has to be actionable. The farmer has to be able to take some action based on the information. So this is the customizations, and there is no limit of it. You can customize it to any extent, and it has to be affordable, easy to access, and easy to understand. So we have some experience. I will briefly go through it because of paucity of time, and there are some fellow speakers who will also talk. Current work is with IFFCO IKSL,